Greetings, little followers of the First Order. My name is Corbin22, and welcome back to another 100-point squad build for Star Wars X-Wing Miniatures. In this series, we take a look at 100-point squad builds and discuss their competitive viability in the Star Wars X-Wing Miniatures game. Today, we're going to be looking at another reincarnation of another build that I had in the previous run. I call this the Crit Hunting Mark III. I had two other builds before this. This one, I find, will make the game a little bit interesting because the shits we have today. We have Backdraft piloting a Special Forces TIE Fighter. We have Omega Ace piloting a First Order TIE Fighter. And then we have Mer Steel flying a TIE Defender. Now, as the name suggests, the object behind this build is hunting for crits, being able to dish out as many crits as possible, and making the use, basically dishing out lots and lots of damage through those crits. So, enough of the squad, let's look at the build itself. So, Mer Steel and Backdraft are the ones that have the most upgrades on them right now. Omega Ace is kind of, lacking, but his ability plus the upgrades again him kind of help him to maximize on his unique ability. That said, let's look at the squad leader here. That is Backdraft. Coming in at a pilot skill of 7, he flies the Sonar Fleet Systems Special Forces TIE Fighter for the First Order. Standard stat line of a TIE SF. He has an attack value of 2, agility value of 2, a hull value of 3, and a shield value of 3. Action bar consists of the focus, target lock, and barrel roll actions. He costs 27 points to field, and his upgrade bar consists of an EPT, a system, a missile, a tech, as well as an unlisted tile and modification. His pilot ability reads, when attacking a ship inside your auxiliary firing arc, you may add 1 critical result. So, Backdraft, if he's shooting from behind him, it's like basically having an advanced target computer. Only you don't have to pay the extra points to have it. He gets a free crit whenever he attacks behind him, so with Backdraft, the trick with him is you want to get people behind you as much as possible. So have them chase you a lot, fire back at them, and dish out all those crits. Let's see. For his title card, pretty much a must for every single TIE SF, and that is the Special Ops Training title. It's a TIE SF only title, it comes in 0 points, and it reads, when attacking with a primary weapon from your primary firing arc, you may roll 1 additional attack die. If you do not, you may perform an additional attack from your auxiliary firing arc. So, Special Ops Training, you can either keep your attack forward and get 1 extra attack die, or you can forsake the extra attack die and attack from both arcs. Especially handy if you got two people in front of you, or people in front of behind you, because then not only can you get that attack in the front, but you can get the attack from behind and take advantage of Backdraft's unique ability, allowing him to get the extra crit on the person he shoots behind, or a person that's behind him. He also has a TIE Mark II, which treats all his bag maneuvers as green maneuvers because the TIE SF has 6 red maneuvers going for it. The hard turn 1s, the hard turn 3s, and the Savior's loops. And only the bank 1s, the straight 1, the straight 2, and the straight 3. So this means that Backdraft will have 9 green maneuvers to work with, and to counter with the six other red maneuvers he has. Moving on to his actual upgrades in this bar. I've got Calculation. Comes in a squad point cost of 1, and it reads, when attacking, you may spend a focus token to change one of your focus results to a critical result. So, if you have a 2 hits in a focus, or 2 crits in a focus, or whatever, you can spend the focus to turn that focus into a crit. And of course, that's if you're shooting from behind with Backdraft. That of course adds another crit to your roll. So, yeah, you're going to be looking at lots and lots of crits, provided you attack enemies from behind you. For his system, rather than go with a fire control system, I've gone with something a little bit different. I've chosen to put on a collision detector. This came with the Special Forces TIE expansion. It's a system upgrade. It comes in at 0 points. It's basically a free system upgrade. And it states, when performing a boost, barrel roll, or decloak, your ship and maneuver template can overlap obstacles. When rolling for obstacle damage, ignore all critical results. So this here, this is awesome for dealing with debris fields, because only crit results apply. So really, the most you'll be getting is a stress. So with collision detector, your ship base and your template can overlap obstacles when you're performing actions like boost, barrel roll, or decloak. And you ignore all crit damage, so only hit results apply. Which is great, like I said, for dealing with debris fields, because only crit results damage your ship, and the collision detector makes it so that you ignore crits. So really, all you have to worry about is getting stressed, which is fine. For his missile, I've decided to give him an advanced homing missile to complement on the build. It comes in an attack value of 3. It's a ranged. It can be used at range 2, and it comes in a squad point cost of 3. And it states, discard this card to perform this attack. If this attack hits, deal 1 face-up damage card to the defender, then cancel all dice results. So you roll 3 dice. If you manage to land a hit, you deal a face-up crit damage that passes through shields, and then you discard all the dice results. So this is good for getting in that extra free crit early on. And of course, the header states that it requires you to have a target lock, but it doesn't state that you have to spend the target lock. So you could take your target lock, set up for a focus, and then of course fire your missile at range 2, and yeah, just nail them with that crit. Even though the TIE SF has an auxiliary firing arc, secondary weapons are limited only to the forward firing arc, so you can't shoot your missiles behind you. Only your primary weapon can do that. Now, moving on to the heavier ship here, we have Mer Steel. This guy was originally seen flying a TIE Advanced in the TIE Advanced expansion, but now we have him at a pilot skill of 7 flying the Sinar Fleet System's TIE Defender for the Galactic Empire. Standard stat line of a TIE Defender is attack value 3, agility value 3, hull value 3, and a shield value of 3. Action bar also consists of the focus, target lock, and barrel roll actions. He costs 35 points. His action bar consists of an EPT, a cannon, a missile, as well as an unlisted tile and modification. His pilot ability reads, when your attack deals a face-up damage card to the defender, instead draw 3 damage cards, choose 1 to deal, and discard the others. So Mer Steel offers some flexibility in your crits. You dish out a crit damage, and you get to choose which one. You draw 3 cards, and you choose which one you want to dish out, and then discard the rest. So Mer Steel offers some creativity in dishing out your crits. Like with Backdraft, I've given him a Time Mark 2 to make all of his banks green maneuvers. That means he has a total of 10 green maneuvers to work with. And I've also given him Calculation to allow him to turn 1 focus to a crit. And let's see, I've also given him an advanced homing missile, as you can see here. Discard this card before its attack, deals 1 face-up crit damage, and of course this applies to Marek's ability because it's a face-up damage, and Marek's ability deals with face-up damage cards. So advanced homing missiles and Mer Steel are pretty much meant to go together. I've also given him a Mangler cannon, which comes in at a squad point cost of 4. It has an attack value of 3 and can be used at range 1 to 3. It reads, attack 1 ship. When you're attacking, you may change one of your hit results to a crit. So plain and simple, one of your hit results becomes a crit after modifying. So pretty handy for when you're attacking with calculation to get those extra crits in. Now, for the final ship here, we have Omega Ace, who also comes in at a pilot skill of 7. He flies the Sinar Fleet System's First Order TIE Fighter for the First Order. He has a standard stat line of a TIE FO. His attack value of 2, agility value of 3, a hull value of 3, and a shield value of 1. His action bar consists of the focus, target lock, barrel roll, and evade actions. He costs 20 points to field. His action bar, upgrade bar, consists of an EPT, a tech, as well as an unlisted tile and modification. His pilot ability reads, when attacking, you may spend a focus token and a target lock you have on the defender to change all your results to crit results. So you have a focus or target lock on the guy, spend both, all of your results become crits regardless of the roll you got. So it's basically like Emperor Palpatine, but in my regard, it's much better. Because Palpatine is a crew card, and I believe he's limited to just 1 change of a result. Whereas Omega Ace, if you're at range 1 and you have a focus target lock and you get a bad roll, spend both, you get all 3 crits. I've also given him a Time Mark 2 as well to turn all of his banks to greens, which of course only means that his speed 3 greens, or his speed 3 banks are going to become greens. That's going to be handy because it allows him more flexibility in dealing with his stress dealt with push the limit. Once per round after you perform an attack, you may perform a free action in your action bar, then receive a stress token. Squad point cost of 3 basically allows you to take 2 actions in the same turn, but the second action requires you to cause you to get stressed. However, with Omega Ace and Time Mark 2, that gives you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green maneuvers to work with. So you're gonna, and plus you could, if you wanted, you could forsake the Time Mark 2 for something else like an engine upgrade or something, or shield upgrade or hull upgrade or something like that, or yeah. But of course, this is I made this particular build for Omega Ace in order to help him shed the stress more easily and not have him be so predictable when dealing with the stress. So yeah, this is how the Crit Hunting Mark III Squadron works. I'll return a little bit to show exactly how to implement it. Okay, and we're back. This time for my guinea pig, I've chosen a GR75. Normally we would have escorts, but this is just for display only. So we've got Marek Steel set up with a target lock. Same with Backdraft, but he's facing away from his opponent. And of course you have Omega Ace here with a focused target lock. And of course he took a stress because of push the limit. All these guys have pilot skill 7s, so that means they're all going to be shooting at the exact same time. I'll start with Backdraft first. Backdraft's going to roll for 3 attack out of his auxiliary firing arc. He gets 3 dice. Plus, because he's attacking out of his auxiliary arc, he gets a free crit. So I'll roll these dice. And we have a hit, blank, focus. I'll spend my target lock. I'll transfer to reroll these 2. And we have 2 hits and a crit. So that's 1, 2, 3. All 3 shields gone off the transport. Now Mer Steel is going to fire. He's going to fire his advanced 20 missiles. And I'll spend the target lock I have on him to reroll all of those, because those are bad roll. And 1 crit goes through. Okay, so I'm attacking the front section of the ships. That means I have to go to the front forward section here. Draw 3 cards. What we got here? We've got 2 damage stabilizers and a hull breach. Place 1 of your upgrade cards on this. Okay, let's see. I think I will give him damage stabilizers for the front here. And these 2 are discarded, so we'll just put these at the bottom of the deck now. Okay, now Omega Ace is going to shoot. Omega Ace is at range 1, so he's going to get 3 dice as well. And just wait for this to focus. There we go. Yeah, can't stop that. Okay, I'm going to spend both my focus and my target lock to change all of these to crits. I am attacking the rear. So that means the last shield is gone and it suffers 2 crits to its rear. Engine damage. When you execute a speed maneuver, if the speed of the maneuver plus the number of face engine damage cards you have equals or exceeds 5, you must perform a skip action. Skip or perform action. Second crit, reactor leak. When you execute a maneuver, reduce the amount of energy you gain by 1. Okay, so both of these go onto the back here. And as you can see, the transport's in pretty bad shape. It suffered nothing but crits, thanks to both Backdraft, Omega Ace, and Mer Steel. So yeah, this is how the Crit Hunting Mark III build would work. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any constructive criticism is greatly appreciated. If you like, you may use this build for any competitive or casual play, or you can tweak it or revamp it to your own specifications. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate your continued support. And remember, my loyal followers, the dark side will always be with you. Glory to the First Order!